When I saw it, I said, oh, see free advert. Oh, wow.
That's true.
While he thought, whoever arranged that, think they want to smear our image. He doesn't know. One thing with people who love truth, they go to confirm. So, you know, he has advertised the church. A church that you won't even enter if you are not properly dressed.
That's right.
A woman cannot enter there wearing trousers.
That's true.
Not even wearing earrings. A woman cannot wear that, you know, with her body not proper, come there with her body not properly covered.
It is the most holy church.
He says it's a very holy church,
holy
most holy church.
Holy church.
That's a big advert for us. And then he added his lies on top. A church that will stand for such holiness will not compromise such things.
That's right.
True.
Because the reason they do that is because they're looking for money. There's nothing more.
The reason they do all this arranging.
They do all this arranging thing. They're looking for money. It's not only arranging. There are many things. And I was laughing. I said, maybe even this blogger, the blogger, you recorded that now because I saw one other place you were trying to say the person you focus so much on, that you contacted him, you know. You will have visited the bride.
That's right.
Exactly.
You know, also, or give me a call. For your information, you are using your YouTube or whatever channels you have, and they're inviting people to talk. You yourself too. It's money I'm looking for. You know, you are also taking advantage of the rot that is going on in the Christian faith. And then you using it to make money. You know it's money. That's why you are saying like and subscribe and share. You know, is it because you want to win souls? It's the money that YouTube pays you people. That is what everybody now, and you have so much content because you stay on church alone, you don't need to do anything more within the society.
That's right.
Because too many nonsense is going on. You know, you are also as guilty as all of them. It's still money. You know, because you're not preaching there. There's no ministry called YouTube ministry. A fivefold ministry there. Go, you must belong to a church. You must come under a pastor and preach. Now, but listen, you know, for your information, in this church, we don't joke with anything that will compromise the gospel.
That's right.
He will not let you dress anyhow and come. Is he here who will allow anybody to do arrange? And for your information, that's why I say you will have come to find out who we are.
Exactly.
We have a department created for any prophecy that is given. We follow it up to find out whether, do you know? How did you know? Do you confirm? Then he said, also so that this will happen. We wait for that day. If it doesn't happen, that prophet in this church is in trouble.
That's right.
Very true.
And we have found out in time past, we've driven many people out of this place. We believe that there are still original gifts.
Amen.
Amen.
But we also know that Satan will also impersonate these original gifts. And there is no church that does not have funny. If there are pastors that fornicate, there are pastors that dupe their members. What is all this first fruit for? Every year, January. It's a fraudulent thing. To collect all the salaries of somebody. You are not talking about that one. You know, it's part of the fraud going on in the Christian faith. What are all these family churches for? Is it still money making? You are facing the small ones, these hungry ones that are coming. No normal person that is looking for salvation will sit under such ministries. However, as I hear you speak, the young man there that is talking, I just wanted you to know, first and foremost, they've answered him, because when I look at the comments, they answered them a lot. If you know the pastor of that church, Pastor Moses ALU, then you may not have been allowed to be used and disgrace yourself the way you have done. In 2 Peter chapter 2, that's why you are fulfilling. The first 3 verses there.
2 Peter chapter 2 from verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
That's what is happening.
And many shall follow their
Many are following it. Many are following that nonsense.
by reason of whom
That is where I am
the
going.
way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
You see, that is what they have. All this nonsense happening.
Giving content to
They are not giving
unbelievers.
content to people to use to make money in YouTube. Called bloggers. You know, they look like rights advocates, but the truth about it is they're just smart. You know, catching in on the rot of the Christian faith.